I think we can assassin and go down to 1 health. The risk is that he then puts down an explosive trap. Yeah? That's the risk. I think we're going to Temple Enforcer. And there goes the snipe. And then we could Defender of Argus, but I mean it pretty much dies immediately. So I think we just ping that. There we go. Okay. I could have played the Assassin, but there was a risk of him throwing down an explosive trap or getting something that had some kind of AoE to it. Now, the cool thing about this, of course, is... Ooh, that's nasty. Alright. Cool thing about this situation is that I'll be able to Cabal Shadow Priest and actually gain something from it, so that's pretty cool. But he did just bring a metric ton of horrible death onto the field. Alright. Okay, options. I think it's got to be Cabal Shadow Priest, Defender of Argus at this point. I don't really see any other way around it. I do need to kill off this Illidan, but I also need to kill off that. So, we can Lord of the Arena, which at least give me the taunt, so that might be an option. Then just... It's like, do I want to leave his Illidan alive? Because I only have one choice, right? I've got to... I either kill his Core Hound or I kill his Illidan. If I Cabal Shadow Priest, then I grab one of these minions, but that's probably not going to help me that much. So I think we have to taunt, because otherwise we actually die. There's no question. So... There we go. I can't buff this up high enough for it to actually survive. That's the worst thing about it. Defender of Argus or ping it. Pinging it makes no difference. It's gonna die anyway. We could go try and rush down, but this Core Hound's gotta go. It's gotta go. It's either the Core Hound or Illidan. But he's about to fill his board, so... That doesn't actually matter right now, and he's got no cards, so that was actually the correct course of action. So now he's going to bleed off a bunch of his free minions, but he's got no cards. So... This is still not great. That's now put me behind, but I think I can get back into it without too much of a problem here. Ah, he keeps his Illidan alive. Sneaky, sneaky bastard. Light Spawn. Okay, so I can Cabal Shadow Priest, and I can... I'd be really close to dying. I need to kill this. I really do. If I don't kill this, I'm dead. I could take control of that to make sure he doesn't have the damage output. I'm not dead yet. If I Cabal Shadow Priest and take this, I survive with 1 health, and I potentially can kill him next turn. It depends. Can he do 1 extra damage to me? Basically. That's what keeps me alive here. So, he can't, actually, which is good news. So he can't kill me right now. He takes me down to 1. So I may be able to win this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that would take him down to 1 health as well. Guys, you didn't read the card. Stop it. Seriously. Take control of an enemy minion that has 2 or less attack. That's what the Cabal Shadow Priest does. Yeah? It's not the same as mind control. That actually still doesn't win me the game. Yes, it does. It gets me pretty damn close. Alright. Okay. That Illidan will now be mine. Thank you very much. Alright. And now what we do is we eliminate everything he has on the board. I think he might... Oh, he's still not dead, though. Yeah, I still lose, because I keep forgetting he's a hunter. If he was any other class, that would be fine. But, yeah, he actually wins, so... That's unfortunate. Oh, man. If he wasn't a hunter, I'd have won that. But he was, so... That's the way of it. Yeah, I think if I killed Illidan a bit earlier instead of the Corehound, even then, it was a pretty bad situation. Yeah, and unfortunately I couldn't heal myself because I was in shadow form. Such is the problem. That was real close. Alright, let's do another one. So, we're actually doing a rogue this time around. That's alright. We'll keep that. So we can turn 1 pint size, which is always nice. Gets us a turn 2 Jungle Panther.
The pleasure is mine.
Greetings.
The only problem is if she has a backstab, then we don't get to play that, but we'll see. Yep. Coin Summon is still one of the better opening plays, I think, so... Not as good as it used to be, but still pretty good. Alright, let's see if she has a backstab. If she doesn't, I should be okay. And then I'll be able to play a Jungle Panther, which is a nice start. If he had a backstab, he'd probably used it already. That's what I assume, anyway. Nope, dagger's coming out, so she's just gonna start stabbing at it, I suppose. Which is fine, because that means I get my Jungle Panther. It's gonna die next turn, but we knew that was gonna happen anyway, so... That's fine. I've got the benefit from it, so Jungle Panther is here. Do 2 more damage for extra value. Get the Panther out. And we're in a good starting position. And then what we can do is we can Ancient Brewmaster the Panther if need be, and we can bring it back with more stealth, which is quite nice. It's not bad. And the Brewmaster's a pretty good creature in and of himself. I mean, you know, he's a 5/4. Fan of Knives goes out. Which is kind of annoying. I prefer to have got 2 more damage out of that summoner, but I think she did pretty well. No, that's not how stealth works, I'm afraid, Shazam. Sorry. You can't do that. That's pretty cool, because I have a feeling he completely miscalculated what that actually did. Alright. And we can heal it as well, which is even better, so... And since he can't buff daggers anymore, chances are it's going to live, and I'm going to be able to play my Brewmaster ploy with it. I'm sitting on 3 Inner Fires right now. This is quite silly. And it's not remotely helpful to me right now, but hey. Okay, he's probably got means to get rid of the Panther now. If I get lucky, he won't, and I'll be able to Ancient Brewmaster, and then I can bring it back and do yet more nonsense damage with it. So, solidly, firmly ahead, but he doesn't actually know that in my hand is a bunch of useless tat, so... But, I mean, I've got the next 2 turns sewn up in what I'm going to do with it, so... Great, take 4 more damage. Does he have a follow-up? Ah, he's going to shiv it. Okay, well... That's a shame, but, you know, he's down to 8 health, so he's going to benefit from the summoning portal now, but, nah, that's not the worst thing ever. So I think we're just going to have to Brewmaster, because it's better to have a creature on the field. I can't really play anything cool with it, but it is the way of it. So a quick look at that. I was just checking whether or not we had any drops. Not really too many more. Things have been okay, so... Alright, out comes the big taunt. Which, unfortunately, I don't quite have the means to get rid of. Actually, yeah, I do. This is the cool thing about Inner Fire and Shadow of Death, by the way. You can combo them together really well. It's either that or we buff this. We could just buff that and murder it. Yeah. That would work. It would leave it with 2 health, though, so he'd then kill it with that. So, this ploy is probably better. So what we do is we Inner Fire, since we have so many in our hand anyway. And then we Shadow of Death it. And then we kill his summoner. And laugh. Lots. Sweet. Cool. Still pretty good spot. Keeping his creatures low. Which is good, because we don't really have any AoE in this deck, so we have to make sure we maintain board control. We don't have any wipes available. So, if he leaves that alive next turn, I can Shattered Sun Cleric and heal it, which is great. So that's going to put it back in fighting form. His daggers will not be able to kill it. A backstab will not kill it. He's already used the Shiv. He may, if he had an Assassinate, he may have decided just to use that immediately on that. Let's see what he's got. Ah, he has an Assassin's Blade. Is he going to elect to hit it? That's pretty cool. I'm actually fine with that, because this is the thing about rogues. Like, you keep doing that, you rapidly run out of ways to actually pull this off, especially when I pull out a taunt like this, which is not going to die to your Assassin's Blade. So, that's not too bad. And then we keep the Cabal Shadow Priest behind that, so... yeah. Oh, damn, I should have fired it. Sucks. Yeah, I skipped that too quickly. I should have fired it, and then I could have got a 6-hit on it if she tried to attack it. Ooh, Bloodsail Raider, nasty. Alright. That's pretty annoying. The thing is, if it was a 6-6, she wouldn't have attacked it anyway. I can pretty much guarantee that. She's probably going to just look for a way to get rid of it in another fashion. Just wait for that to come out. That's fine, because, I mean, I can still kill that thing and still have 1 health remaining. I can heal it up to 3 and Shattered Sun it up to 4. Armani Berserker. Alright. You got anything else? Prep. Alright. What's your follow-up? Well, it's not a sprint, because that takes 7, and you only have 6 potential. Do you have an Assassinate? Maybe you do. I think she misread the card. Yeah, the card only works on this turn, so you don't actually use preparation before that. Yeah. There's too many misplays on the rogue side. She was kind of doomed, even without me playing that Inner Fire. That was... sometimes you just don't have a good day. Simple as that. I've done stuff like that and it's just been horrible. And I've just realized I've done incredibly silly things, misread the card or whatever, and then... yeah. That wasn't too great. Yeah, not the best. Not the best. Definitely seen better than that. I'm kind of annoyed that the situation with this music is that it doesn't turn off when you actually go to the options menu and turn off the music. Because I'm listening to other music and now I have this over the rest of it. It's like, I turn all the music off. All of it, including that. Yeah, that needs to just go away. So, I'm hoping that goes away in future. Alright. We're gonna fight a druid. Alright. These old tabs are probably gonna break the graphics of this game. They have a tendency to do it. Alright, I think we're just gonna toss all of those, honestly. Don't need any of them, really. That's a bit of a better start. Early Shadow Form, potentially great, can kill you. just as a prior warning, but potentially great. Especially early on. I can get a Shadow Form out on turn 3, then I could start picking off weak minions. Okay, Pint-Sized Summoner. Coming on the way here. Probably going to be the turn 2 play. It's almost certainly going to be the turn 2 play. Alright.
Greetings.
Shigakazu.
My greetings.
I don't know what that is. Some kind of Japanese cabbage or something like that. Alright. No bomber. No. No bomber. Not when he hasn't got any creatures out. I might play it next turn. It depends. Depends what he gets. Like, if he puts out something that can really threaten my summoner, maybe. Oh, he's just going to claw it to death. Alright. Nice little trade for him there. Alright, we're definitely going to bomber now then, I think, because it's likely to kill that Leponome off. Statistically likely. Which is why it's not going to happen. Alright, bomber. Do your job. Thank you. Yeah, there we go. It's paying me back for all of the pain and suffering it caused me over the past few games. That's what I'm talking about. Good. It's either a Shadow Form, but then he gets a free hit with that. And, like, why let him do it, you know? The bomber's better value. And in this case, it was great value, because it did 2 hits on him, too. So, it's fantastic. Okay. Fairy Dragon comes out. I think we're probably Shadow Form now, honestly. We could just Divine Spirit that thing, but it is the only Divine Spirit in my deck, so maybe not. I think we'll probably Shadow Form and trade. Yeah. Seems like the best idea. It's like doubling that minion's health is just going to leave it with 1, which he then punches and kills anyway, so it's not efficient in my opinion. Yeah. The only problem is now if he plays a taunt, and then I can't get at that thing. And since it is a fairy dragon, I can't kill it with Mind Spike. But we'll see. It's a little bit of a gamble, but I'm hoping what he'll just do is trade the fairy dragon out for that, and then I get the 3 damage extra on top of that. Shapeshift comes out. What's he gonna do with it? Apparently nothing, I suppose. Alright, okay, so he doesn't have anything. Alright, he's going for me. Alright, so a bit of an arms race going on. That's fine. I think we're just gonna now trade in Silverhand Knight.
Ready, sir.
We don't even have to do that, do we? It's just there's a real risk of him playing like a 5-cost minion taunt, so I think we'll just trade. Because that gives me dominance on the field now anyway. And it also gets rid of something that I can't eliminate with Mind Spike. So that puts me in a better spot, I feel. Okay, so next turn probably Lord of the Arena, I think. Seems reasonable. Ooh, he's coining up for a 6. What's he got? Frost Elemental. Alright. Okay. That's a little irritating. We can actually kill it. It's going to take 2 cards to do it, though, which is why I don't really like it. We could change the attack to equal... We can basically double that health and change the attack and then Mind Spike, but it's just like, it's so much to get rid of that. I don't feel it's worth it. He's going to then trade that for that, most likely. Alternatively, I can just double the health of that. And then at least he can't get out of it. Lord of the Arena is straight trade. I guess we'll just Lord of the Arena. Like, alright, fine. Run right into it. Whatever. Keeps these guys alive, and then I can do some shenanigans with them next time. It's either that, or he gets efficiency out of it, right? Because what he does is he clobbers this, and then I have to trade the whole Silverhand Knight for it, as opposed to half the Silverhand Knight. Or I have to use mana on a Mind Spike to get rid of the rest. What I'd do if I was in that situation and I hadn't done that is I'd hit that and then next turn hit that. Ooh, he's gonna bite it. Can he buff after that? He can, can't he? Oh, he decided to do it that order. Alright, I guess that is actually the most efficient way because he takes less damage from that. Wild Pyromancer coming out. Alright, alright. Okay, well, that's a very easy removal. I'm not entirely certain why he played it because I'm just gonna Mind Spike it. Or I can just trade that out and have my Ravenholt Assassin. That's cool, too. I think I'd rather have the Assassin out, honestly. Yeah, and then just trade that. I'm fine with that. It was a free minion. There we go. 7-5. Not bad. Hard to argue with a 7-5. Especially when you can then double the health. Take it up to 10. Nightblade. Again, don't really like that card. But I could mind control it. Don't think it's a very good idea, though, because it's rubbish. It's mind controlling a 4-4, really? Ugh. Unless he buffs it. If he buffs it, then I'll nick it. Ooh, now I'm gonna nick it. That's a 6-6 taunt. Yeah, absolutely, I'm gonna nick it. You kidding me? It's a fantastic card now. Ooh, and a Brewmaster for next turn. If I keep this alive, I get to play this again. This is good. This is very good. That is now mine. That's a 6-6 taunt. Thank you very much. And that puts me in a really great spot. So what I can do next turn, I can Ancient Brewmaster my Stealth creature and put it back on the field with Stealth again. So it doesn't get Starfired or whatever. Thormir Farseer is not going to help him. Hope you got a better play than that. He doesn't. He's in serious trouble. I think I can just kill him now, actually. Yeah, he's dead. He is completely and totally dead. Indeed. Oh, he didn't let me do this. Yeah, I had, like, Divine Spirit and everything, so... Yep. It must be infuriating to have one of your minions stolen like that, but you have to consider on turn 8 that that's a possibility against a priest, so you've got to be a little bit careful with what you play. Try and bait out mind control on something that's maybe a little bit weaker. Alright, 3-1 so far. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. I don't recognize the track there, actually. The track that's in the background, I wonder if that... Is that Warcraft 1? Or is it Warcraft 2 Dark Portal expansion? Alright, let's see. Alright. Alright. Mage deck.
You asked for it.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, turn 1 bomber is a possibility here, folks. We'll probably toss the Spellbreaker. Maybe toss the Inner Fire as well. It's not too useful early game. Keep the rest. That's a bit better. Don't really like Loot Hoarder against Mage for obvious reasons, but... Alright. I'm not going to coin Loot Hoarder because it just dies immediately and it's a complete waste of time. I could coin Bomber. I should play something. No, I don't have to. I could coin Panther instead, or coin Venture Co-Mercenary. And he played his Bomber. Alright. Oh! Lucky bastard. Yeah. Statistically unlikely to have all 3 hit your opponent. It's 50-50 each time, remember. So it's like, is there what, a 1 in 8? Okay. I guess we play our own Bomber, and even more statistically unlikely to be able to kill his Bomber with my Bomber. I think we just Panther, actually. It's probably for the best. Yeah, Panther. I don't trust the Bomber. I'm sorry. Bomber would have hit me 3 times and laughed at me, and then he would have traded his Bomber for mine, and that would have been 6 damage. That would have sucked. Flesh and Ghoul coming out. At least he can't activate that yet. The cool thing is I can... Well, I can't make a great trade because it's a mage. If it wasn't a mage, I'd be okay, but it is. So what that means is that it's still going to be okay. At least I kind of force him to use some mana. I can basically use that to kill his ghoul before it gets any craziness going on. But unfortunately now he's just going to kill it with a Fire Blast. And then trade that for that, so that kind of resets the board with him with a health advantage. Which is not that great.
It's time for a little blood.
Oh dear. Nothing worse than that. I can heal it, but not before he's able to do crazy stuff with it. And now is not the time to play Mad Bomber. I think we just play Summoner and Loot Hoarder. Really the only choice that I've got here. He's then gonna ping it and hit me for 5, most likely. Admittedly, if he pings it, I can then kill it with Shadow Word Death. But I'm still gonna take 5 damage. If I was on 5, I could have maybe bombered, and then I could have actually Shadow Word Deathed him after triggering it, which would have been pretty cool, but... Yeah. Oh, now he's just gonna ping that, isn't he? Yeah, I think we bomber next turn, though, because it's statistically decent that I'll probably hit him. So... Depends what he brings out. It's either that or use the Shadow Word Death on him. I think the bomber's a better bet. And if it fails, we can then Shadow Word Death. How's your Drake? Alright. It's either that trade the Loot Hoarder, because he's now allowed me to do that. I might just trade the Loot Hoarder, because the problem with the bomber is that now there's 5 targets, and I have 3 bombs, and I need to hit 1 target out of 5 with 3 bombs, which is unlikely to happen. So I think we're just going to trade the Loot Hoarder and play the Venture Co-Mercenary. It's probably the best call here. Or we play Lightspawn, but he can then ping it and trade, so... Let's play Venture Co. See where it goes. I would love to play a deck that had 6 bombers in it. That would be brilliant. And then 2 Faceless Manipulators to make more bombers. And then Brewmasters to use the bombers again. Sounds fantastic, but it's not going to happen. Okay, so he is a mage, so he may just be able to fireball it. Or poly it, or anything. Let's see what kind of removal he's got. If any. Argent Commander. Alright, now he's going to trade. Okay. Alright then. Okay, what does that leave us with? Not that many options. I think we just have to light spawn here and just trade. There's not really much else I can do. Cabal Shadow Priest won't control that. Bomber isn't gonna, well, is highly unlikely to kill it. Let's just say that I don't really put my faith in the bomber at this time. Admittedly, the bomber does trade for that. So, it's actually not the worst play ever. Aside from that, if I play the light spawn, he may have ways of getting rid of that. I think the bomber actually is the right play here, because it's a 3-2. If he can't get rid of that, I can then trade it out, and maybe try to start healing myself up. So I think we just play a bit more conservatively. 1. Hey, that's not bad. That's bomber value right there. It's not bad at all. Now we can change the minion's attack to be equal to its health, but then what all he's just going to do is trade that anyway, so... I don't know, I think that might be a good idea anyway. Or we play light spawn. Now, let's... Yeah, let's do that. There we go. So now it's a 1-1. Which means if he wants to get rid of the bomber, he's going to have to work for it. Yeah, playing the light spawn I just didn't agree with, because then he'd just trade it for his weakened what's-its-face and a fire blast, so I don't see the point in doing that. I think that was a better call. It's like, I've got 3 inner fires in my deck, so it's okay to use it for that. Alright, he evidently doesn't have any options because he had to Arcane Intellect there. What's his follow-up? Look at Magi. Oh, cool. So actually, he's going to let my bomber live. That's great and completely unexpected. Sweet. Totally alright with that. Alright, now what? Cabal Shadow Priest is not really that helpful. That's going to get me a 1-1, which is not what I'm looking to have. Light Spawn now is probably better. Yeah, we can definitely reduce his capabilities here. What we can do is we can attack with the Mad Bomber, and then we can Inner Fire. Mad Bomber dies, but he does not die in vain. So then we Inner Fire that, which reduces that to 1. Hope he doesn't have any crazy bloody spells on him. And then we toss the Light Spawn down. And then we heal ourselves. Yeah, that would work. Sounds like a good play. Okay, so that leaves him with a bunch of kind of useless stuff on the field. Ooh, secret. Alright. There are 6 mage secrets. It could be bloody anything. Oh, he does have a polymorph. You bastard.
The light protects me.
Kind of annoying. Might just Cabal Shadow Priest now. I've got a Fen Creeper, actually. Don't need to do that. The risk here, of course, is that that's a mirror image. That could be a mirror entity. And it's really hard to know. Very hard. It could be anything. So it's either we Cabal Shadow Priest and steal a minion. Which is annoying, of course. Or we Fen Creeper and hope that that's not a mirror entity. If it is a mirror entity, we're kind of in trouble. So, one way or the other, we're rolling the dice here. I'd rather him have a Cabal Shadow Priest because it doesn't do the battle cry than a Fen Creeper. But neither are pleasant prospects. Cabal Shadow Priest. It's not a mirror entity. Yes, it is. Bastards.
Let me change your mind.